to crawl or not to crawl. Fuck all those perfect people.
Soy boy.
$104 for your information. P-roll had to wind it in a bit. Sometimes you got to learn things yourself. Not that I've just learnt that, but when it's so hot, you just can't. You can't put them watts out, you know. It's no good. Wrong time of the day. So yeah, in answer to your question, and you may know who I'm talking to, 17 stone. All right, I mean, it's just a number. The scales may have told you that, so forget that. Whether they're digital, mechanical scales, whatever, they can be untrue. And again, you get a number in your head. Let's just say I'm 11 stone now, or 10, whatever, right? It's just a number. Jumping on scales will do you no favours whatsoever. So this road looks flat, but there's a slight bump in it. All you need to do is just roll up, wind up things like this, and then I'll tell you what, you're looking at a year or so. If you're keeping your diet right, again, that's something I've been playing with for 10 years, so my advice would be to try and get the animal products out best you can, all right, and drop the oils and things. You can try the high carb, low fat, you know, rice and pasta and potatoes. Maybe try some greens and some vegetables. There's no one way fits all. Some people can just probably eat bland oats for breakfast, you know, with nothing on them. No sugar, no honey, no jam, nothing. Pasta with a bit of tomato sauce every day of the week. I mean, I could do it if that's all I had, all I could afford. You know, folk got to eat. But I'll say, like anything, right, where you take up like football, I don't know, martial arts, you name it, right? Most things, unless you got your head up your bum, you're looking at least 10 years. Like cyclists I know, they might have been cycling 2-3 years. They've learnt a little bit, but it's a long way to go. 10 years minimum until you start to you can call yourself, I should put it like a conditioned experienced cyclist, all right? Because just because, you know, you put like power meters, I like that, that's funny, power meters and things like that on your bike, and you're doing all right at local bumps, getting into top 10s here and there, it means jack squat. It doesn't mean nothing. If your goal is weight loss, you just have to chip away. Take my advice, a little bit of it. Don't take, you know, and no doubt when you're watching my videos, there'll be other people come up in thumbnails and you can check them out. They might appeal to you more than me regards diet advice, not necessarily cycle advice, you know. So it's not easy, it's definitely tough, especially with all the stuff we've abused our bodies with over the years, you know. And to make a complete turnaround within a year, in my opinion, it can't be done. You can make a good start, that's about it. See, almost at the top of this little bump. Don't treat them as hills, treat them as bumps, and you can get up any single one of them, all right? There's nothing, right? I've never rode up, even if it's like as slow as I can go, apart from falling off, you know. Well, yeah, I have walked up hills as well. And don't worry about people passing you on the road, like that TT rider back there, right? He passed me. He's probably doing something different than me though, you know? Might be fitter. Or sometimes I've had 200 miles in the legs. Alright? Like, look at my biggest ride, that's on Strava anyway, so I never put some of the biggest ones on there. When the battery failed. 352 kilometers, just shy of 220 miles or something, but a baby one. But I've had people pass me on rides like that, you know. I mean, again, it doesn't matter because they're not doing what I'm doing, you know. So when you're out riding, just take notice, no notice of other people. I mean, by all means, when you're like, I don't know, just say you're 5 miles from home, or if you're like really fit as fuck and you're 10 miles from home, and you know you're going home, sure, yeah, you can have a bit of fun with people if you want. No harm in that. So you're coming down there. Boom. So I decided to come up there just for a laugh, and 104 heat just for a laugh. I just filled up that with Coca-Cola, and look, exploded like a loaded gun. It shot its load. Pressure. Actually, no, fuck. Look, the top has come off of there. Just noticed. I'm sure we can clip that back on. Just Coca-Cola. The power of Coca-Cola. That cap's in my pocket. I can't get it on. It should clip on somehow. We shall try later on. I just like neck back the drink because otherwise I was going to go everywhere. Not sure if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Didn't you refer to Google Maps P-roll? Does every time you go out you have to refer to, oh, we need to see where we are? There's a thing called getting lost, people. Alright? There's a thing like, just because you've got a smartphone for dumb people, I mean, you've got to use it all the time, right? You're using one now, P-roll. Well, just to, reiterate, re-trick, whatever. Alright? I only ever got one of these phones, and it was an iPhone 4S to start my YouTube channel. Whereas I'd still be using my Ericsson phone, and I would be using my PC or Mac as it is now. I've got a Mac to go on the internet, so I don't bother, right? I don't care. There is things of looking at a map and kind of knowing where you go, and it's not hard. Alright? Just say, you know, a couple miles down the road, you turn left, go for 10 miles, take your third exit. That'll do me. Jeebus Christ. Watching some video. Yeah, I ain't gonna mention channels. No one promotes me. I wouldn't say it's a crap video, but they were just sat talking. Not a bunch of BS either. They were just talking. Was it as value? No, I don't think so. But they were talking about whatever. They got like 15,000 subscribers. Like 600 people like thumbs that up, and like 20 people thumbs it down, you know. It's strange, isn't it? It is strange. I mean, the ratio, like, again, just say you got a couple 100,000 subs. Again, depending on the video, you might have 0 thumbs down and then like 100 likes. Or the likes versus thumbs down ratio would be something like 173 people liked it, but 40 or 50 people may have disliked it. But some content now that people watch. That's why, right? Again, I got a rough idea who's watching because I got the analytics and that, but I don't always check that crap. You don't check that shit all the time. So Again, you don't have to comment or thumbs up or thumbs down. If you're watching because you're interested, or you know me and you find it funny, or I don't mean like funny and take the piss away, but even if you do, I couldn't care. So if you thought stuff like that, then you wouldn't do this. But if you can, like, if you want to thumbs it down just for the sake of it, and you got something like a grudge, or that's what you get off on, brilliant. It's not my business. I ain't got to live with that. But otherwise, I couldn't care, my little darlings, how to be stupid on YouTube. See, that's how much I don't care. So yeah, otherwise, thumbs it up. And I'll tell you what, people that interact is cool. If you ask questions, you might learn something. If you ask questions, I might say, because I'm the person that asks lots of questions, if you've ever been like in my company, what I know, right? And half the time, like, I'm always asking questions. I like to know stuff. I like to learn things, like sharing knowledge. No one talks anymore, like maybe if people interacted more and they asked questions on videos, like even things like what hub have I got, which I've answered before, but not everyone knows, yeah, it's loud, and yeah, I'll admit it can be annoying at times, but not every hub is like that. See, my alloy front rim is good when you're one-handed filming, because you can brake and brake and brake. See, we got braking power. It serves a purpose. See, that's why my bike's a Dr. Strange bike, because it kind of works. It functions as it does, See, if you look around though, see all that bush. All that bush. Kind of places like that you can camp so easily if you cycle camping. Well, I would probably like edge caution if you, I don't know, again, you'd have to be bloody unlucky, but to be in some dry bush in the middle of nowhere, like with fires and stuff, it's just something to think about, You beauty. Got a rough idea where I am. I say, not exactly out in the sticks, but it's actually fun going down a road or lane which you don't know where you're going. Where's the fun in knowing where you're going, Check out this little fence. Shame about that going right through your front garden though. So you go from the rough shit like that to like a smooth surface like that. Snake! Every now and again you'll get, as I ever say, all the foliage and plants and stuff's different than at home, but you'll get that little area, I don't know, it's hard to describe, that just reminds you of like being out in countryside at home. P-Rules mini tour, might just keep filming, see how much we can film with this iPhone. 20 minutes of back road fluff. This is cool, taking that back road gamble. Those remind me of Red Rocks, Denver, Colorado, or just outside. There's a garage open back there, and inside there was a Mustang. It was white with like blue stripes on it. Plenty of old vehicles over here, lots of Mercs, that's for sure. I think I know where I am. Or rather, not where I am, where I'm going to come out. P-Raw showing that rural area. See, check out this beauty. What a beauty! It's a back road, look how smooth it is! Wow! Look at it! Smoother than the freshly tarmac road at home that you think's the shit. Is it fuck? This is Portuguese back roads for you. Another tip for one-handed filming. Always be on that inner ring. The overlooked inner ring. I'm going to share a tip actually, right? Long distance cycling tip for people that are riding over 200 kilometers, right? Load it up, right? Don't be scared of that inner ring. Even when you're on the flats, you can get it in a decent gear. Big ring again. These people turn in that big ring. You don't need to. You don't need to. If you are, you're not doing what I'm doing. That's why these old axes, they're sneaky, aren't they? They've got the triples. Got the triples and the carry these bags on the back. You look at them, you think, yeah, I'll whip their asses, like, you know. Those bearded weirdies. They kick your ass. Just waking up after 300k, like, you know. Not even warmed up, like. Baby miles, isn't it? Do you reckon they're on the drugs, people? Is what it is. On that old school stuff, aren't they? Bottles of wine and drugs, copious amounts. Yes. Yo, beauties, look at those. So look at that. Can't get better than that, can you? Dry stone wall, scraggly old scrawny trees, look. Up cap. Litter problem over here, it's not that bad though. Just every section of road here and there, you might get a bit of shit. The odd bottle, but it's definitely not as bad as back home. Horsey, look, it's a horsey. See, this is what's annoying about the freewheel. You get to a corner, you want to be quiet to hear there's a car coming. You've got to be so careful, people. Hello. You've got a posh do, haven't you, eh? Just been out Saturday night. Dogs, people. He probably won't come down here, but if he does, we've got him on camera, haven't we? We'll keep rolling, people. I'm standing my ground. I'm just talking to you, mate. Butt it out. Look, people. Look. Such a big mouth. Look at you two little beauties. A couple of goats there, folks. Look at them, look. Look at this fucker, look. Stand your ground, people, look. Stand your ground, look. When they see you caning it off, that's when they come after you. Come on then, you think you've got a big dog, bollocks? You gobby little fuckers. He's gone and got his mate now, look. Yeah. Whoop whoop! Can we make it to the top? Can we make it to the top? Another horsey! You little beauty. I will say, right, although it's probably looked after, if that was my horsey, it would have a canopy or little roof or some shade. Although it's got trees, you know, it'd have its own little pit, if you know what I mean. Right. I'm gonna go this way. Cut. You beauty. I've just turned round because I just realised where I am because of this place. That snake though. Do you know how hard it is to be a snake? If you ever tried lying on your side, right, and like squiggling along to see if you get anywhere, ain't gonna happen, is it? How do they do it? Like, try it. Lie on your side. Like, put your arms out. Point your toes out, you know, and get into that snake position, right? And just try and like squagger along. And like, you ain't going anywhere. How do they do it, people? Snakes though, no joke, is it? There's a it is pretty funny. There's a prank some guy does in a supermarket. He gets like little rubber snake. Well, I don't even know if it's rubber, it's like whatever it's made of, right? He's got a bit of string on it, and basically what he does, he goes round when people aren't looking, he'll attach it to their trousers like with some velcro or whatever it is, right? And he'll shout out, snake, snake, and they'll look down and see it. So then, like, they're trying to run away from it, and of course it's attached to their leg so they can't get away from it, and it's like it's chasing them. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it's so funny to watch. Like, bloody simple and stupid, but ha, maybe I should try it. Deodorant. Appreciate the footage or not, it doesn't worry me. I really can't be arsed, it's so hot. There we go, look, rush hour. Sunday, it's Sunday, about 4 PM I think. And I pretty much kid you not, right, I could come up here at that time on any night of the week as well. You know, one or two more cars than that maybe, that's about it. So this is real, unedited filming footage. Got some haters, people. A hater, girl or boy, I don't know who they are, hiding behind a fake avatar. We can handle it though. We're nearly 10 years deep on YouTube, people. Bit like the people that mock you when you change your diet, saying like, yeah, you don't listen to them, folks, alright? And don't try and convert anyone, just do your thing. That's kind of what I learnt. and over time, like, people do what they want, you know. What you got to look at it as, right? The best thing to do is to get a YouTube channel, not care what people say, because then it's like a hub for anyone that, like, knows you, or you start talking about certain things. Just send them over to your YouTube channel. Because when you, like, individually try and start to help people out, it's all right with a bit of advice here and there, but it takes up so much of your time. It's hard work. So yeah, my advice is you don't really want to go there. It's tiring as well, you know. There's so much information, and you know, what you're doing opens doors for other people, but might not necessarily what you're doing suit someone else, you know. It's like, you know, like last night for dinner, right, we had, what did I make? Fuck's sake. Right, just remembered. It's not like I can't remember, some tired people. Heat does get you after a while. It was chippers. We had chippers. So potatoes are pretty good with digestion for me. Rice, yeah, not too bad. For rice, I got to eat it 3 or 4 days in a row, and it takes the second day to kind of get into the groove of things with rice. Pasta, if you want a carb wallop, make sure you're hydrated, because that shit's like pizza that I just sit there. As long as you had a good dump by 10 a.m. in the morning, it's all cool. That's the odd bit of shit you want to watch for, things like that. Otherwise, we're all smooth rolling. Tell you, when it's hot, really, like this, hot really, what were you on about? When it is hot like this, and there you go, top tip, always, if you're going to stop, right, stop in the shade of a tree. .42 cassette is a get out of jail card. It's the cassette, really, for when you can't be asked to ride anymore, you can still ride. God, it is hot. I tell you what, though, I was gonna call it a while ago, but we've the PMAR, which kicks in now and again, is most of the time it's there, sometimes it's not. And if you don't know what that is, positive mental attitude regardless, all right? So when you're riding your bike and you may have had a fucking argument with someone, your missus, your husband if you're a girl, shit day at work, you might be undercarved, you might be underslept. You know, people can joke about things all they want when I mention things or whatever, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of it's truth, right? So, if you're out on your bike to clear your head, if you start from home, my fucking hair's pissing me off today, with the PMAR, regardless, that'll help you get far. You see that? That's nice, isn't it? There's another one over here, let's go and have a look. Stuff like that I like. I love it. Just see them trees. Is it an offence to call them trees? Pineapples. Them pineapples, right, but they're fake natty. You see? Fake natty. There you go, folks. Banksy. The goat by Banksy. The goat with antlers. See? Hidden message there somewhere, but there you go. Official Banksy. Not going to say where it is. If you're a fan of Banksy, you'll find out or you'll know. So here you go. You keep watching, look, you never know what you're going to get on air. 2 minutes, we're not listening to this. Well, fast forward then. Find the artwork. Check it out, it's good. Give them some real video, people. This made me laugh. Fruit of the lump. You even know, actually you can interpret that however you want, but it can go one of two ways with me. Yo beauty. Full fat, not animal fat though. Look at them pins, people. But why do my boyfriend's legs look like that? So even if I stop cycling, still shave my legs. It took me 2 weeks when I started cycling to start shaving my legs. Fuck it. Why are people living in fear over this? You know, this, with the masks, with the facial nappies, when you could contract all kinds of illnesses. CANCER for one thing, you know, and everyone's making a fuss about this. A mild flu, you know. What is going on? So yeah, if people want to take anything from this video, it literally just is me, like any of you other people out there on a bike ride. Yeah, I'm in the med. Yeah, it's hot. But just go out and ride your bike. And at the beginning, if you've got a good friend, right, that understands cycling, right, understands training, and can ride with you sensibly and get you to enjoy your cycling before you sort of join a club or a fast group of riders which can put you off, you know, and you want to forget all that until you're fitter. But even then, you know, I've been on club runs and that, and got my fitness up to the degree where I was kind of quicker than most of the riders. But I prefer solo riding, alright? So what you need to do, it's important, right, to wait till I get to the bottom of this hill and I'll show you what I'm going to say. So here's a good place as anywhere by a busy main road. That or something like that is always on my bike, alright, for good reason. So I can stay out longer than, you know, than I want, like. Does that make sense? Longer than I want. If the ride's longer and it gets dark, we have lightage.